It takes exactly 0.15 seconds for the human brain to register a new face and make a baseline judgment on physical attractiveness. Simply noticing an attractive person is just the beginning. Developing a psychological crush involves a much deeper set of background checks. Psychologist Bernard Merstein mapped this selection process in 1970 as a biological algorithm for finding a partner. Merstein's model identifies 3 distinct stages of subconscious partner selection: stimulus, value, and role. The female brain operates as a sophisticated supercomputer, running these 3 invisible tests, starting with a check that completely ignores a man's physical appearance. The first stage, stimulus, relies on invisible chemical markers rather than visual input. In a 1995 study, women were asked to sniff worn t-shirts and rate the men's attractiveness based entirely on their scent. The results showed that women unknowingly assigned the highest attractiveness ratings to men whose immune systems were drastically different from their own. This evolutionary logic ensures that parents with contrasting immune systems produce offspring with broader biological defenses. What we interpret as sudden chemistry is actually the brain verifying genetic compatibility to ensure the health of the next generation. Once a genetic match clears, the algorithm moves to stage 2, value. This is where the brain evaluates social security and long-term compatibility. Researchers associated photos of men with low-paying jobs and recorded their baseline attractiveness scores. When those same men were presented to a new group of women, but linked to high-paying jobs, their perceived attractiveness skyrocketed. The female brain heavily weighs resource security. Beyond financial status, the brain also scans physical markers for personality traits, specifically evaluating the balance between extroversion and introversion. Extroverted traits map to larger eyes and upturned lips, while introverted traits are associated with smaller eyes and neutral or downturned lips. While extroverted faces may attract attention for casual hookups, the majority of women's brains actively select introverted faces for serious relationship roles. In this second stage, the brain adjusts its attraction parameters based on whether the goal is short-term excitement or long-term stability. The third stage, role, measures long-term relationship viability before a first date even happens. In 1992, researchers sent 4 women of similar appearance into a college class. One never attended, while the others attended 5, 10, and 15 times. None of them ever spoke to the students. By the end of the semester, the students rated the woman who attended 15 times as the most attractive, intelligent, and interesting of the group. This is the mere exposure effect. Consistent, non-threatening physical presence builds a sense of subconscious familiarity that the brain interprets as safety. This reliance on repeated exposure to finalize selection explains why 65% of relationships begin as friendships. The physical sensation of butterflies signals that the brain has successfully completed this 3-stage gauntlet. A potential partner has passed 4 distinct checkpoints: genetic alignment via scent, resource security via status, stability via introverted cues, and trust via mere exposure. This evidence challenges the myth that hyper-masculine looks and loud extroverted behavior are the primary keys to securing a woman's crush. Securing a crush relies on demonstrating quiet value and, most importantly, simply showing up consistently.